Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of USSA Pro Star Series Chasing the Checkers. I'm Brett. It's a cold February day. Temperatures well below zero, and it's just not really a great race day. But so we're going to have some fun chatting today, and we're stepping a little bit outside of the traditional snowmobile frame today, and we're going to talk with the driver of the #1 Outlaw 600, Mr. Joe Schneider. How are you, Joe?
Pretty good. Trying to stay warm.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do this interview indoors, right?
Yes, please.
All right. Not only are you an outlaw driver, you're also a member of the USSA board, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
good. So we'll touch on that here in a little bit. Tell everybody a little bit about your personal racing history. I know it goes beyond the snowmobile world.
Well, it's mostly in dirt track racing, sprint car, midgets. Never did anything on the ice before these things came along, but kind of fit my little game that I used to do. So
Yeah.
that's where we started. They got me talked into this.
How many years were you on the sprint car series kind of stuff?
About 30.
Wow. And did you travel a lot?
Yep. Yep.
Were you national series circuit stuff?
We did everything. We were one side of the country to the other. So.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. I guess I didn't know that part of your personal history. So yeah, you've got a long lineage of racing in your blood, so it's probably hard to walk away.
Yep. I had walked away, but came back. So as soon as I seen these things, I said, well, I got to have one of these.
So tell me a little bit about these things. That they seem to be a fan favorite because they're so different. How'd the outlaw class start?
Well, it was John Hooper came up with this idea back about 12 years ago. And he built the very first one. And then Rich Bickle got involved with it. And that's exactly when we started, we bought them and got going with them. It doesn't drive basically like almost anything. It's got a little hybrid to everything, as far as dirt, pavement. You got to drive them pretty straight. They look like we're going around the corner sideways, but that's not real fast. So you got to be able to, carry it at speed into the corner, just like everybody else, and get off the corner. So.
Yeah, I noticed when I first saw the Outlaws running that they seemed to be a hay bale collector and had a number of breakdowns. So it really seems like over the past several years, there's a certain amount of reliability that's gotten built into the machines, and the driving skill has increased. Do you see it kind of in that same way?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I said it's not the easiest thing in the world to drive. So people hop in them, they think they can do certain things, and it is, but they have gotten much better. I mean, that first time when we were up in Beaujeu, the very first weekend when Chuck and I went up there to race, and that's when Rich Bickle had his. We couldn't go 50 yards down the racetrack without spinning out. So yeah, we've come a long way.
Yeah, learned a lot all the way around.
Yes.
Are there any similarities to the other sleds that are out there? I mean, obviously there's engine track, mechanical things that are similar, but can a true snowmobile race fan correlate anything, do you think, between the two of them?
Wow. There's not a whole lot, no.
No.
That's why when people ask me about it, first off, I show them a picture because I don't even can't describe it. And they all go, wow, is that a snowmobile?
Hybrid.
Parts of it is.
One of the things that's really different about the outlaw class is you always do a rolling start.
Yeah.
Is that intentional to make the class different, or is that a performance thing?
Well, because of the weight, it would be really hard to get them off, just off the line. I mean, that would be the first thing. And then we'd be doing different things in clutching and gearing and everything too. So with the rolling start, yes, we are different, and that's why we take a pace lap. We do try to do different things and make it look to a different type of show than what people are watching.
Sure.
And I don't know what makes it that the crowds like us that much, but like you said, we have become a crowd favorite.
For sure.
At first we weren't, that's for sure. Everybody used to go, oh my God, they're just wasting ice with us. But
yeah, it used to take 25 minutes to do a 3-lap race sometimes.
Yeah, we've had those days.
But it's come a long way, and I'm actually kind of a big fan of them. So they certainly have great sound to them as well. Just love that.
Yep.
I think the class It's the only class out there too. I believe somebody's running a 4-stroke, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. I got one Yamaha 4-stroke in it.
And is that really the only Yamaha we know of, kind of really in the
It's the only one
modern?
that fits into the CC that we can actually run, because we do have, specific pipes, studs, the size motor. So it is it's a complete class that has to be set up, and just with certain things in it, like almost all of them.
Sure. And for the casual fan that may not know, it's a gas pedal, a foot brake, a full steering wheel. Is it like a modified? Is it like a car racing seat, or what are you guys sitting?
Oh yeah, no, it's actually a racing seat. 5-point harness in it. It's complete. We're strapped in tight.
And you're also required to wear a fire suit, correct?
Correct. We're supposed to have all fire retardant gloves, shoes, and suit. So,
Which means you're really warm on a cold day.
which means we're wearing our pajamas and our slippers out there trying to race. Nice. That's really what it means.
Well, I'm just going to put this out there. For anybody who's got some interest in outlaw racing potentially in the future, reach out to people like Joe. They're more than happy to share information, get you started. I don't know if they have a way to try one someday. Don't have any idea if that's even possible, but
at the end of the year here now with, yes, we could probably make that happen at Eagle River. If somebody really wanted to try one, I would be willing to put mine out there. We do have, now we have used ones, new ones. We have them all over the board, all over the price points too, which, when the first few guys that started, it was, $25,000 to get started in it. Now you can go from $5,000 to $25,000. So
yeah, awesome. That'd be great fun. As I mentioned earlier, you're a member of the USSA board. Tell us a little bit about how challenging of a season it's been for the USSA organization and what you really see that's hopefully coming down the pipe and kind of the future for the next 2 to 3 years or so.
Well, it's been very challenging to say the least. But the races we had to cancel and all the COVID stuff. Hopefully, we have some really promising things coming. A couple new tracks have reached out to us that really want to get involved. So there are some really great things potentially coming that look really positive.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, even if half of what you hear is coming true, that's a big
Correct.
benefit for next year. So
Correct.
Yeah. So stay tuned to the USSA ProStar Facebook page and their Instagram account, and watch the website for some hopefully some information coming sometime later. Obviously, with every racer, it takes some cash to make things go around in circles. So tell everybody a little bit about who sponsors this beautiful number 1 outlaw here behind me.
Well, I have a few local establishments, and then some Woody's and Daco, and those are the 2 big ones. Articat is a big sponsor of mine. Eagle Outlaw Chassis, that's the Bob Richardson who builds the chassis. He helps, him and his wife Michelle help me out a ton with everything. And I got the Christ Oil. They give me all my fuel for the year and all my diesel for running around to the racetracks. So
Nice.
Yeah, I have quite a few people that really do a lot of keep the ball rolling for me, fortunately.
Yeah, you can put a lot of miles on too, because I know that you're one of the people who really likes to run the different spots on a full season. So, I mean, you make the Beaux Jours trip, and you've been out to Valcourt, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go any place if I can race.
All right. You ready to have some fun questions thrown at you?
Well, we'll try.
We'll see if you want to even answer these. Tell me the easiest outlaw driver to pass.
Oh boy. Talk about getting me in trouble right off the bat.
Well,
Ronnie.
Okay. All right. That's Ron Teroff, right?
Yep, Ron Teroff.
Okay. The hardest track to drive in an outlaw?
Eagle River.
Okay. Do you have a nickname?
No, I don't.
Do you want somebody to give you one? Do you name your sleds?
Some weekends I do, but that's not for public. That I can't say on here.
Nice. What's your favorite adult beverage?
Absolute lemonade.
Okay. Do you talk to yourself when you're racing?
No, I don't.
No? Not at all.
No.
Interesting.
Maybe when I'm done, and take the checker, boy, you dummy, you could have done this or that, but not during the race. You're pretty busy in those things.
I would imagine you are. Yep. If anybody's seriously giving some looks into going into outlaw racing, I know we talked a little bit about the potential to try one, but any tips for them? Anything they should think about? Does having a car racing history help? Can you come out of a Masters F500 class and go outlaw racing with a pretty easy transition, or is everything different?
That was one of the things that we thought when we first started these, that would be a place that people could go once they, maybe a champ driver that would slide over. It would be kind of be a sideways move, not a backwards move. We haven't seen that. We have had a couple of guys get in them. Jordan Wall got in one and drove the wheels right off of it. So, yeah, basically anybody can get in one and learn. And, it's going to take a few laps for anybody to get up to speed. But we've had a few, Richard Decker got in one time and thought he was going to go flying around and thought he was flying out there, and he's going about 30 miles an hour.
Perception is reality,
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, the outlaw guys that I know are all great guys, willing to talk, willing to help. So if anybody has any interest in the outlaw class, be sure to step up and say hi and go get a close look at one and start the conversation.
Our trailers are wide open. We work together with each other. And it's amazing how the other teams have looked at us and said, we wish that all of our guys were that way.
Right. Yep.
We're out there to have fun,
Really a bunch of guys out there having a good time in racing. I mean, it's competitive, but you're still having a good time.
Yep.
When I chatted with Nick Lagoy in the same format here, I mentioned to him about trying to modify an outlaw with hand controls. And he kind of perked up there. Apparently his mom didn't like that conversation, but
yeah, I heard that from Patty. Yep. She was not very happy with that.
Well, the door's just cracked open. It's not wide open yet, but we'll see what happens with that. Any last minute things, future of the sport, anything you think we should be aware of, know about?
Nothing that I really know of that anything's coming. Like I said, we do have a few new racetracks we're looking at and a couple of things that way. As far as the outlaws, we encourage people to come and try one, or, look at them, come, we got a couple of used ones just sitting up at Bob's shop right now. And, the door is open for anybody to come in and have fun with us. And, I'll even haul one around for somebody. I mean, I got a big enough trailer, and everybody does. And we would help anybody in any way we could. So
that'd be awesome. It's nice if we could grow this to a 2-heat kind of class with, 6 or 8 in each heat, and, put a little bit of competitiveness in it. So you're making the final on points and work and stepping it up a little bit. So I think it has some potential there still to go. So it's been great chatting.
There's actually, there's about 40 of them out there.
Oh, there are?
Yes, sleds, yes. There's 40 of them around. Getting them all in one spot is the problem.
Yeah, it's common, I guess, with everything. But it'd be fun to have half of those here in the Midwest and really make a go.
Well, that's, there's like 10 of them out east. So those guys, they can't come over here this year. So yeah,
good point. It's been a messed up year.
Yeah.
So anyway, great to catch up with you, Joe. Big last question. Everybody gets it, and if you get it wrong, you might not see me again. But Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Snickers?
Snickers.
Oh, I'll talk to you in person someday about that. All right, Joe. It's been great to catch up with you. Thanks for your time.
You betcha. Take care.
Yep.